Morning, freshmen in physical and earth science. Mr. Martineau here. It's June 2nd. It's Tuesday. Miss Mandarelli again running the video camera, brought to you from the House of M. Today we're going to do a quick video, basically just notes, no demonstrations or anything, just on the characteristics of light. One day thing. I'm going to show you a sheet that I made. I actually put that in the
stream.
In the stream. Thanks. But anyway, just some quick info and some important information that you're going to need for the final exam. So I'm going to talk my way through it right now. You're going to give me the phone. Thank you very much. All right. So here we go. So different characteristics of light. And once again, this is important for the final exam. The first question is, what is it? Well, that's not an easy question to answer. What exactly is light? Three ways to look at it. One, it's a wave. Okay? That is, it's a wave because it has, thank you, because it has frequency. Sorry guys, hold on. Reset, and boom. Because it has frequency and wavelength. So we've talked about it before. We looked at the electromagnetic spectrum and we know that all waves have frequency and wavelength, and therefore, since light has frequency and wavelength, therefore it's a wave. Another way to look at it is that it's a ray. You can think of light as like a laser beam coming out of like a blaster in Star Wars or something like that. It's a ray. It travels in straight lines that can reflect and refract. And you'll get some information on reflection and refraction. So you can think of it either as a wave, waving at you with frequency and wavelength, or you can think of it as a ray that travels in straight lines. That's bizarre, but true. A third way to think about it is it's a particle. It's a particle called a photon. So if you want to think about it as like a little ball of light that bounces around like a tennis ball.
You're going to be careful, though. We don't mean atoms and molecules.
Yeah.
Like when we say particle.
Yeah.
Like we don't mean like an atom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Right. So if you're a Star Trek fan, that's the photon torpedo. And certainly you can see it in the movie. But the bottom line here is that light can be thought of as this weird thing called a photon. And here's the worst part, is that it's all three. You can think of light as either a wave or a ray or a photon, depending on how you want to look at it. How can that be? Why is that? Because reasons. This is a very hard question that science is still struggling with. How can one thing be all three things at once? But unfortunately, it can be all three things at once. Is that confusing? Yes. I will quote Neil deGrasse Tyson by saying that the universe is under no obligation to make sense. And that's one of the things that really doesn't make sense. But unfortunately and scientifically, this has been proven true time and again, that it's either a wave or a ray or a particle, a photon. So sorry, that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. The other thing you need to know is light is fast. There is nothing faster than it. Okay, the speed of light, we mentioned this before, is we take the variable c, so we call the speed of light, gets a very special letter, we call it c. It's 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second, or writing it out as 300 million meters per second. So again, we've brought about this before, but at that speed, if light would go around the world, it would go around the world 7.5 times in a second. So that's really, really fast, but nothing goes faster than it. Next thing, light has no mass. It is not, you can't measure kilograms of light. That is not possible, okay? Why? Well, because it's an energy wave that doesn't need a medium, unlike all other waves. So all of the waves that we've looked at, sound waves, earthquake waves, vibrations, pendulums, all that stuff, they all require a medium, but light does not because it's an energy wave. Also remember that light has no mass because it is not made of atoms or molecules. So it is not made of matter, therefore it has no mass. It is just energy. Yes?
I'm just going to turn it over.
Oh, thanks. All right, flipper. Next, continued, last bit. Light is electromagnetic radiation. It is EMR, okay? Light is a spectrum. It includes all wavelengths and all frequencies of electromagnetic radiation. So that means that light is lumped in. All of this, radio, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet UV, X-ray, and gamma, all of these are light, just of different frequencies and wavelengths. And remember that visible light are the colors of the rainbow. So the light that light exists as radio, you can't see it. Light exists as infrared. You can't see it, but you can't feel it, but you can feel its heat through your skin. Visible light you can see because your eyes can see light, and when we see it, it's colors. After that, you can't see ultraviolet radiation, but you can experience it. X-rays, you can't see X-rays, but they can help take pictures of you. And gamma rays you really can't see because they're really high energy and we're not made to see those things. So, those are the characteristics of light. Short video today. Again, you can read the notes if you want. This is me just kind of talking about it. We'll do a sign off, I guess.
Okay.
Hey. Oh,
It's me.
That's her, and that's me. Thanks again. If you have any questions, let me know. But that should help you with there's some few questions about the characteristics of light on the final exam. So, signing off from the House of M, Mr. Martineau, Ms. Mandrelli. Please email me if you have any questions. Thanks again, and see ya.
See ya.